Hello, everybody, and welcome to Super Metroid, or also known as Metroid 3. In the last episode, if you remember, we finished off Metroid 2, we defeated all the Metroids, got the Queen, and Ridley came back for revenge, trying to steal the baby, but we successfully defeated him, and we took the baby along with us, and as you can see on this title screen, the baby's on there, and also two dead scientists. I'm not sure you can see my mouse, but yeah, there you go. So now we're gonna journey. So now we're gonna see what the story takes us next. So as you can see, I already set this tone. So let's get to it. File B, and let's start the game.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirates leader Mother Brain to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. So this is gonna be like a mini recap of the first two games if you remember. If you remember the story then, that's fine, but like I said, here's just a small recap, so Linux on the Metroids and S-3338 that completely eradicated them except for the larva, which after hatching followed me like a confused child. So this is what happened in the last episode, if you remember. We found the baby, and hatched, and then it followed along with us, and we defeated Ridley. Remember from the last episode? I personally delivered it to the Galactic Federation Research Station at CRS so the scientists could study its energy producing qualities. Scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. God, I can't talk. The powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. Jeez, I can't talk. Sorry, guys. Satisfied with all that was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt, but I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. The Crest Station was under attack. And see, now we're right into it. Good jump, shoot. And as you can see, we lost all our upgrades yet again, so yay. But from that recap, like I said, I told the story of the first team who defeated Mother Brain in Zero Mission and stopped her plans, and Ridley too. And then the last game, we killed all the Metroids, except for the baby. And then after we escaped Planet Star-38, we sent it to this ship right here. But literally, like not even 5 minutes later, it got attacked or got a distress signal. So now we're back literally right after we left. So now we gotta investigate. So now let's get to it. And look, this is if you remember, this was the title screen. There's the dead bodies, the scientists, and this is where the baby was. Let's see, it's gone. Let's keep investigating. There's the baby. who's back. He's not dead, of course, so he's back for revenge again after we kicked his ass last episode, if you remember, so we already gotta fight him. But unfortunately, this time we don't have our upgrades, so it's not good. Yeah. Ow. Yeah. Ouchie. So, because we have no upgrades, so. Is escaping with the baby yet again? Because the ships it's red 4 lives. Let's keep moving. So the place is going down, so we gotta get out of here. And as you can see, we're back at Planet Zebes. If you remember from the very first game, Metroid Zero Mission, this is where we were. We're coming back again. And Ridley's over here, so we gotta get that part of the baby back. So yet again, we're back at Planet Zebes. And if you remember, this is where we first, where the ship was too, in the exact same place, but if you look over here, we can already see some differences, like, there's a wall here now, and then there's these things now. But also, this game has a sprint button too, so this actually has one, so that's kind of neat. As you can see, if you remember, this is where we escaped after we defeated Mother Brain, and where our ship was. But now we have a different ship, obviously, so let's head inside. And if you remember, this is where we're climbing up to escape, so it's very all familiar, because it's literally the exact same planet. And this is where we escaped, if you remember, or not escaped, or this is where the random things we climbed up after we defeated her, and then we went up there to our ship, and then that's how everything happened, so, like I said, if you remember, then yeah. In this room, this is where she was. And this tank kit, but now it's broken, as you can see. Now the stuff that we stood on. And now there's an elevator now, so it's a little different. And this is where we started. If you remember, this was like the very, very start of Zero Mission where we landed. Oh, God dang it, I didn't do that, sorry. Oh my god. I did not mean to do that. I gotta write again. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. Jesus Christ. But as I was saying, jeez, I won't press up again, sorry. This is where it was, and look. This is where we jumped up, and look. The morph ball's still here. As you can see, there's a wall, and now a weird camera thing. But see, it's in the exact place where we left it, and if we go keep on right looking, it's still the same as well. And this is where Crate's lair was, but if you go down, there's big blocks were here as well too, but if we go down, it's gone. But there's a door to the left, which gives us a statue. And remember, these are the true statues from the first two games, of course, so they give us upgrades still. So now we got our missiles. And as you can see in the top corner, we have our missiles and our health. So that's a very, very nice. And if we select, we can open these red doors now. Just like with this game, we do have to use 5 missiles instead of just 1, which kind of stinks, but oh well, I guess. And look, this is where we went back into your mission, but as you can see, the wall got closed off, but there is a missile tank, so take that. First missile expansion. So now we have 10 missiles now, so yippee. And now we can head back up. That's all we could do here for now. Look who's here. The space pirates are back. They actually weren't in some streets at all, except for in the intro. Like, in the cutscene, that's it. But we actually fight them or encounter them in the actual gameplay. Now see that they're back. So, we're not alone, as you can see. Ow, that hurt. So now we gotta climb back up here. Yeah, they're everywhere now. And also, Ridley's hiding here. I already said that, but you know. So we guys keep playing stupid pirates and be good to go. As you can see, look, now all the enemies are here too, so we woke up all the enemies, or we woke up all the creatures, so they're all back as well too. I mean, so far they're just harmless ones, so you don't have to worry too much right now. These were all the same ones from Zero Mission, if you remember. Like these are the diving enemies, the weird spiky ones, yeah. I don't know the names, I'll be honest. But now we have the Morph Ball, we can come down here, which is actually a new area. There's some new enemies to this game. So I don't know the names, but here's a missile door. And also another upgrade, yippee. The bombs. So now we can say bombs. But the door locked, so. Oh. And we're already into a boss battle. As you can see, the chosen statues are alive now, because if you remember the true statues, like I said, these ones are alive. So we gotta fight it. Some missiles. There we go. We need some more. Watch out. Just keep shooting. It's not too bad of a boss. It should be pretty easy. Here we go. Okay, super low on health. Wow, I almost died. It's fine. We won. B. Okay, we're fine. As you can see, something's just like not right. Like, the chosen statues are alive now, so that's not good, and definitely not going to be a bad thing later. So let's just keep going. Ow. Here we go. That's it. Now that we have bombs, we have things we need to keep going deeper into the planet now. But before we actually go deeper, I actually do want to. We gotta grab a few things real quick. Ow. Let's go back down here because here's some doors we actually missed. So first, let's go to this left one right here. I missed him on purpose because we need the morph ball, so we need the bomb, so I had to wait till afterwards anyway. So we got that, and now we can open this door, which gives us more missiles. So now we can head out and go to the other two things we need to do real quick. There we go. Here's the other one we could go to. Ow, 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 ow. HP's because not good. Give me HP, please. Anyways, here's the door. And here it is. It's a map. So see, now we can see our ship right there. We can see the elevator to Brinstar and see that's the left area. Because that's where we're supposed to go. But like I said, we're grabbing the map stuff first. So there's one more thing we gotta grab, and then let's head on deeper to the planet. So now let's head down here. We gotta go back to where Mother Brain was, because there's a secret we can grab. The missile expansion, which we definitely want those missile expansions because the doors take 5 missiles. We only need like 15, so we're gonna need some other missiles, especially now in early game. So if we bomb the floor right here, secrets here. Also, Zero Mission, if you remember from that video, also, because I didn't come out the item collection, there was also an item here, but it was a power bomb, but now it's a missile. There we go. Now, let's keep going up. So now we're just gonna climb back on it. That won't take too long. Try to skip some of these stupid pirates, cuz they're small, they don't get down. Launch. As you see, thankfully these cards are also pretty big too, but yeah, we have like none of them upgrades again. Some has lost her upgrades or just equipped them. We actually don't know why she doesn't have them in this game, but anyways, that's like kind of the point of Metroid. We have to collect all the upgrades back. So, like I said, we're back to square one again. So now for this last door, as you can see, it has an S on it, which means it's a safe room. So let's definitely save real quick. Yes. Let me check how long I've been recording for. Yeah, 19 minutes. Yeah, I can keep going still, definitely. For sure. So let's keep going. So this is where we're supposed to go now, so let's keep venturing deeper. And here's our first D-tank. If you remember the last 2 games, they're pretty self-explanatory. They just give us more health, so if you see in the top corner, we have a purple box, which means we have another health bar, so that's pretty much what they do. They give us more health, like the last 2 games. And here's more pirates. We have to use our missiles to defeat these ones, though, because they're a lot stronger, but no problem, no problem. Easy peasy. And here's a missile door. Let's see what it is, because it's not on the map, so let's see what it is. And look what it is. It's Ridley and Kraid, if you remember them from Zero Mission. And also Ridley was in the last game too, but also 2 new characters too. So if you remember how in Zero Mission, how we had to defeat the two bosses, to get to the final area, this is kind of the same thing as well too. So, but this time we have 4 instead of 2. So Ridley and Crater back, and also 2 new bosses, which I won't say who the names are yet, because spoilers. But we'll get there when we get there. So we're going to come back to that statue later whenever we defeat those bosses. So for now, let's just keep going. And here's the elevator down, so down we go. Ouch. So here's some missile doors we can open up. There we go. Ow, 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 ow. We're very weak, so a lot of enemies don't die really that fast. And here's a secret. And it's the map. We're in Star now. Which, if you remember, we actually did come here, but we went to a different part of it, so now we're in the bigger area of it. And if you remember, Star wasn't allowed. This is Zero Mission, like I said, because we're in the same planet, but there's some new areas though. So it feels like a new planet, but like I said, we're still back in Brinstar, so let's keep going. To these enemies real quick. Here's another missile door to go through. There we go. As you can see, if we try running on this thing, see we're too slow, so we're gonna need something to go faster. If you remember, it wasn't in Zebes returns, but speed booster, so we have to come back later to that, but we can get that missile tank, so that's nice. So we'll come back to that room later. Let's head down to this missile door. Ow, ow, ow. Now let's keep going. We just gotta bomb this door real quick. So let's do it real quick. There we go. And let's keep running. So let's go down first before we go up, because there's some stuff we gotta grab. Now, get this to enemies first. Real quick. So as you can see here, we can't actually get there because we need the grapple beam, if you remember the grapple beam from the last game. But there's this cool thing I'm gonna do. Watch this. We can just wall jump over it. And that's what's called the sequence break. If you remember sequence breakers from Zero Mission, I did a couple in that game, and I will be doing some here too. So we got that. It's just a middle tank, so it wasn't a major upgrade, but we still got it early, regardless. And now we have 30 missiles. Ow, ow, ow. Stupid enemies real quick. Here's a door we can't open yet. It's orange, so we can't open that yet, just yet. But let's keep going. And down here, another missile tank that we can get. And if we keep trying to go left, as you can see, it's blocked by a green door, so we can't go that way just yet. But there is one more thing we gotta grab before we go up. If we bomb this, if you see these weird looking blocks, we can bomb them. And then an upgrade, the charge beam. If you remember, the charge beam works the same as the other 2 games as well. We just have this charge beam and we do more damage, so it's pretty self-explanatory. So now let's head back up. before we do that, let me place those back there. And here's something we could bomb real quick. It's a save room, so we should definitely save for sure. Check the line recording for. Oh.